Hello and welcome back to episode 7 of Unknown to World, and we're back once again with AC Milan. We're back now for the game against Sassuolo and the Champions League game. We are unbeaten in the league. We've won every game so far. We are top of the league. We've won one and lost one in the Champions League. Let's go and see if we can make it 2 wins today. So as mentioned, since you were last with us, we went into the Vicenza game. We beat them 4-0. And then at the end, one of their players decided to snap someone and get sent off to end the game. Clearly wasn't very happy about being 4-0 down. We then lost 1-0 to Monaco, which was a first-minute goal. And outside of that, we had the better of the game. We just couldn't get anything from it. Only 1,000 away fans. That's weird. We then had a 1-0 win away to Atalanta. And again, is this just a thing in Italy? We then had a win against Brescia 2-1, where we came from behind to get that one. We then beat former club Roma 2-0 with goals from Cacciatore and Congiu. Then went back to the Champions League. We won 3-0, beating Copenhagen. And most recently we beat Sampdoria 2-1 in a game. Again, we had the better of, and they got a late goal. Today we're going to be playing Sassuolo. As you can see, we're 2 points clear at the top. Juventus have dropped quite a few points already this season, while Inter Milan have only dropped the 2 points, which was their most recent draw to Lazio. Just before we get into the episode, I want to say if you're enjoying the series, please do hit like, subscribe down below as well. Any support is greatly appreciated. And also, you should go and check out this band, The New Nostalgia. They've released a new song that came out today. It's called Bridges. I'll leave a link to the Spotify down below as well. They're a really good band, close friends with the drummer, so check them out. Really good band. If you like rock music, go check them out. Let's go see if we can get a win against Sassuolo. So against Sassuolo, we've got a lineup. Donnarumma is in goal. We've got a back four of Savadori, Marcon, Congiu and Jose Antonio. Leto and George are the holding midfielders. Then we've got Henrique on the right, Christensen on the left, Adele in the number 10, and then Cacciatore up front as the lone striker. Let's see if we can continue our good form and get a win here today, which we're playing before Inter Milan, so potential there to put a bit of added pressure on them to get a result later in the day. And maybe if with a bit of luck we can pull away from them a little bit if they can't get any points. Henrique picks up the ball as it's headed on, and he's got space to run into. He's got Cacciatore with him. Sort of missed a chance to get the pass through to him, and in the end, somehow that went out for a goal kick. That's disappointing because he had a great chance for a ball through to Cacciatore. Crossed towards the far post. George Mears hit the post, and it's cleared away, but Savadori picks it up and encourage them, and we're going to go positive as well. I think we've started really brightly. Let's try and keep the pressure on them. Christensen back to Jose Antonio. He goes across field. Savadori has been beaten to it, and we have been punished for sloppy play from the left back. And unfortunately, Sassuolo have gone and took the lead, and we made it far too easy for them. Antonio just not getting enough on that pass. Savadori didn't get to him, and Marcon was kind of half asleep from the looks of it. So we're going to demand more, because that's a very disappointing way to concede a goal. And we're not really responding to it either from the looks of it. We've only just had our first shot since it went in. Let's fire them up as well, see if that makes a bit of difference. We've had another shot, but they're starting to get back into it a little bit. We're having a lot of possession. We don't seem to be actually threatening them very much. Header is cleared to George who's got a chance here to do something, but he does nothing. Antonio plays it to Adele, back to Leto. Cacciatore, back to Leto. George We're just looking for an opening here. Leto to Henrique, back to Leto. Back to Henrique, who's got a chance to get a cross in, but it's blocked. And we aren't able to pressure the ball back off them. and it's cleared upfield, where Sassuolo play a ball in behind Carballo, and fantastic save from Donnarumma. Sassuolo need to get a second one on a massive counter-attack, and we've got away with it a bit there. Conju heads away the corner, but then it's back onto the right with Andreni. Ball comes in, and it's a poor header that goes wide. And at half-time, we're not looking great. Let's tell them we're not happy with their defensive work. We're actually going to bring Jose Antonio off for Conchiao. He is currently playing through a fractured lower arm. He's got protection on it, so I'm hoping he'll be alright to play on. And let's just try up in the tempo a little bit. Still take our time. I think we've got the chance to break them down, but we just need to try and do it a little bit better than we are currently. Fernando plays it back to Hartgers, through to Lukovic, back to Hartgers. He goes forward, and it's a great ball in behind to Carballo, and Donnarumma with another fantastic save. Let's demand more, because again, we're just really struggling to get back into this, and Donnarumma is keeping us in it, because that's another big save that he's made, and this time he does hold it. Goes long to Cacciatore, who heads down to Henrique. It's back to Cacciatore, lays it off to Savadori, who loses it almost instantly. Carballo trying to turn his man, and goes back to Lukovic, who's got space on the right. Hartgers, ball in deep, and Donnarumma has undone his hard work and conceded a very easy goal. And we're going to bring Henrique off for Aaron. Are we? Or do we're going to send Pagliaro out there, actually, and see if he can have an impact from that wing. He has done well in recent weeks. Georges is tackled there, and it falls to Andreni, and Conju with a good header away down to Adele, who's able to run into space. He tries to get down the left of the defence, but it's blocked. Georges goes back to Savadori, inside to Leto, forward to Henrique. And we're just passing it around, trying to look for all that opening. And then Leto is giving the ball straight to Fernando. Ball over the top behind for Carballo. And doesn't this look familiar? And Conju with a great tackle there to prevent a repeat. But we are looking a little bit on the ropes at the moment. And it's been two very sloppy goals that we've conceded. Holloway plays it out to Company. McFadden plays it forward to Verratti. And then he eventually gets it out to Andreni, who's run straight past Leto and straight past the other centre mid. Oh my goodness, how has he scored that? He's gone straight past Leto, straight past Georges, round the left back, inside, and got it in from that angle. That is outrageous. Georges is just watching from the edge. Conchial's let him in there. Donnarumma's conceded at that position. And it has all fallen apart. Tell you what, these guys do not like being on camera at the moment, because with even the game that we did win at the start of the season, it was very dodgy. Adele crosses towards the far post, and how has that not resulted in a goal? Adele brings it back down, crosses in again. Georges heads, it's on target, but straight at Holloway, and an easy save. And now we've got just under 20 minutes to go. But from a game that we started so brightly and looked like we were going to get a goal eventually, we're now just trying to not be embarrassed, and we're trying shots like that from Adele, which isn't helping matters. He then crosses the ball in, and that's headed away. He collects it though. Plays it to Christensen. who goes back to Leto, Adele, Christensen, back to Conchial, through for Christensen. And what was the point? Savadori collects it. He plays it to George back to Leto, to Adele, ball through for Christensen. And we get one back. Not that it's going to matter. Holloway will take the blame for that. I'm not sure on that one. I don't see what he was really expected to do there. I mean, it was a little bit at him, but even so. George now plays it down the right for Savadori, who's just about managed to keep it in play. He goes to the edge where Leto is there, and Pagliaro had a great chance to get us back to 3-2. Savadori intercepts there. Christensen plays it to Adele. It's out to Conchial, who goes down the wing towards Christensen. Can't get it into the box, but he's got another attempt here. George at the edge, and it took a deflection, and it's gone in, and all of a sudden, we have got a chance here. It's 3-2 with just over 10 minutes to go. And Christensen there was unlucky with the first attempt. Plays it to the edge for George and it takes a deflection that takes it away from the keeper. But now we can potentially get a late goal to steal a point. Although this corner might say otherwise. Conju heads it straight back to Andreini, who crosses it to the back post, and it's a goal. Football Manager does that to you, doesn't it? Gives you that hope. It goes, look, you're nearly back in there. Oh, you've conceded. Cheers for that. Well, I'm not watching that. Get us to full time. You just know it's a Football Manager game when that happens. We're throwing the water bottle. And we're going to go off to playing Champions League group and just hope that Inter Milan drop points to not go back in at the top of the league. But we'll have to see what happens there. I'll let you know when we get to the game against that Portuguese team whose name I'm not going to attempt to say. And the lineup for the game against Vitória, that's as far as I'm going. We've brought Quaresma in at centre-back, replacing Congiu. We then have Kellers in midfield, replacing Leto. Aaron on the right, replacing Henrique, and Delogu on the left, replacing Christensen. So a little bit of rotation in a game that really we should be able to win comfortably. I believe these were the 4th seeds in the group, which generally means you're in for the easiest game, although they did beat Monaco, so they're not to be taken lightly. Monaco have since beaten Copenhagen, which means they are on 6 points now, which means if we win here, there'll be 3 of us on 6 points, and Copenhagen really struggling at the bottom of the group. Inter Milan did win their game after we played against Sassuolo, so they are now top of the league by 1 point on 19. So it's quite important here that we can bounce back, get our form back in this game, and hopefully that will be the case. I think going forward, what I might look to do in the league in particular is play the 4-2-3-1 away and the 4-5-1. No, sorry, the 4-2-3-1 at home and the 4-5-1 away. I'm thinking in the away games, perhaps that holding midfielder will make a bit of difference to us defensively, make us more solid, whereas at home I feel like we can attack more. We're going over to watch the video footage for this for some reason. That was definitely outside the box, so I don't know why we're bothering. And he's going to come back on eventually. It took a long time to have a look at it. Donnarumma's having a walk, and now he's got to run back because it is a free kick, as we already knew. Delago sends it in, and George is at the far post, and when it falls back off the bar, it was an own goal. Cartucho putting it into his own net, and we find ourselves 1-0 up. This was a bit of a mess. Also, Cartucho basically tried to control it, and didn't do it very well because it went into the back of his own net. That's fine by us. So we've got a nice 1-0 lead going in at half time. and we are now kind of level with that group as it stands. We've got the home game against Vittoria coming up as well, which hopefully we can get a win there, and then it'll be a bit of a battle between us and Monaco for top spot. Is the way I picture it going. Hopefully that's what happens. Although we've got to get through the last half an hour of this game first of all, of course. We are going to bring Antonio off because of that injury. I think it said it was a tight hamstring. Conchiao can play, he's fine, apart from, he's got protection on his arm. So I'm not too concerned about giving him game time. I'm more concerned on making sure Antonio doesn't get any further injury. Kellers plays it back through for Savadori. That was a nice ball. Ball into the box, and Delogu makes it 2-0. He had that burst onto the scene at the start of last season, then kind of dropped off a little bit. Obviously, Christensen coming in has reduced his playing time a little bit, as has, although on the flip side, Adele moving into that number 10 quite often means he's getting a bit more game time. We'll send Henrique on for Aaron now. We are struggling to get either of our right wingers in much form. Henrique hasn't really hit the ground running as we would have hoped. And we're going to bring Cacciatore off as well for the last few minutes. We'll send Langlois on instead, just to keep the fitness, keep the rotation there. And by scoring a second goal, that now sends us top of the group. Champions League groups are weird with the whole results between team things. Because in theory, we lost to Monaco, so shouldn't we be below them? But then Vittoria beat Monaco, so they should be above them. But then we've beat Vittoria, so we need to be above them. It's very confusing. I don't really... Once you get to... I get like results between two teams. Once you get past that, it gets a bit complicated. We're top of the group is the important thing here. Let's go and have a look at where we're going to come back for the next episode. So I think what we're going to do is we're actually going to come back for the game against Monaco and Bologna. Because, as I say, in my mind, we beat Vittoria. And then us and Monaco can have that game, decide who's finishing top of the group. And then we won't need to show you the game against Copenhagen at the end of the group stage, is my plan. If the Monaco game isn't going to decide anything, we'll come back for Copenhagen instead. But the current plan will be Monaco and Bologna. If you have enjoyed that, please do leave a like. Comment down below how you think the group stage is going to go. Let me know if you check out New Nostalgia on Spotify. Link will be in the description. And subscribe if you are enjoying the series. Thank you very much for watching.